the judgment of Babylon, with the device from the Medes. Jeremiah 51:1, Thus said Iy, the Holy One whom is called Iy ELU, the Word, and Iy ELU, the Son. Behold, I, Iy, will raise up the Medes against the lands of Babylon, and against them that are dwelling in the midst of them, and also against all those who have risen up against me, Iy. Jeremiah 51:6, And they shall flee from out of the midst of Babylon, and they shall try to deliver themselves, but every man shall lose his soul, because there shall be a destroying wind, which shall cut them off in the midst of Babylon in their iniquities, for this is the time of Iy ELU HYMN's judgment, whom is the sovereign of the heavens and the earth. And I, Iy, vengeance will be against the people of Gog Gadriel, whom is called Bel or Baal, and whom is also called the Lord and God, and whom is also called Satan. And I, Iy, will render to the lands of Babylon their recompense. Jeremiah 51:7, Because of the iniquities of Babylon, which have given them a drink from the golden cup of her abomination from the head of Babylon. And I, Iy, have given them to drink from the cup of the wrath of the Medes. And I, Iy, have made all the earth drunken with it, even all the nations them have been made drunken with the wine, therefore, all the nations them have gone mad. Jeremiah 51:8, Behold, Babylon is suddenly fallen and is being destroyed, weep for her, and you take balm to stop your aches and to ease your pain, if so maybe you may be healed. Jeremiah 51:9, We wish we could have saved Babylon, because she is not saved, let us forsake her, and let us let every one go into their own country, because of Iy's judgment on her. Because she has been judged because of her sins, which have reached even up into the heavens and into outer space, and Iy shall judge them because of their iniquities and because of their sins, which has even been lifted up into the skies. Jeremiah 51:10, And Iy, the sovereign of heaven, have come down, and Iy, have brought forth Iy's judgment and Iy's righteousness. So, come, let us worship Iy, and let us declare in Zion the works of Iy ELU HYMN, whom is our sovereign king. Jeremiah 51:11, Because the king of the Medes shall make their arrows bright to fight against you, Babylon. So you better gather your shields, because Iy ELU HYMN shall raise up the Medes against all the lands of Babylon. Because the spirit of Gog Gadriel shall be upon the kings of the Medes, and Babylon shall be against the Medes because of his devices which shall be pointed against Babylon to destroy it. And because of it, because this is the fulfillment of Iy's prophecy on the lands of Babylon, because this is Iy's vengeance on Babylon, and the day of Iy ELU HYMN, judgment on Baal, and on the houses of Baal. And the vengeance of Iy shall be upon their temples. Jeremiah 51:12, Because Iy has come, and Iy has set up Iy's standard upon all the lands of Babylon. Even though they shall have set up their shields, and even though they shall make and set up their walls, and even though they shall have their surveillance and a strong surveillance, and even though they shall have set up their watchmen, the Medes shall have prepared for them an ambush, because Iy, the sovereign one, has devised a plan for their demise, and it is done. And that, which the Almighty Iy has spoken against the lands of Babylon and the inhabitants of Babylon shall come to pass. Jeremiah 51:13, O lands of Babylon that dwells upon the many waters, with your abundance of wealth in your treasuries. Your end is come, and the judgment of Iy ELU HYMN shall be poured out upon you without no measure, because of your covetousness. Jeremiah 51:14, Because Iy ELU HYMN, the sovereign of all the hosts of the heavens and the earth, has sworn by himself, saying, Surely I, Iy, the Almighty Iy ELU HYMN, will fill Babylon with men of war, like an army of caterpillars. And they shall lift up a shout against them as they shall destroy the lands of Babylon. Jeremiah 51:59, This is the word if the prophecy which Jeremiah the prophet wrote against the lands of Babylon, and has commanded Seraiah the son of Neriah, the son of Maaseiah, when he went with Zedekiah the king of Judah into Babylon, in the 4th year of his reign, and this Seraiah was a quiet prince. Jeremiah 51:60, So Jeremiah wrote in a book of all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against the lands of Babylon. Jeremiah 51:61, and Jeremiah said to Syria, when you go into Babylon, you shall see to it that you read all these words, against all the lands of Babylon. Jeremiah 51:62, then shall you say, thus say Iy ELU HYMN Iy, the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth, whom have spoken out against all these places, because he is against them, that's why all the lands of Babylon they all shall be cut off, that no one shall remain in them, neither man nor beast, but that they shall be in desolation forever. Jeremiah 51:63, and it shall be when you have made an end to the reading of this book, that you shall bind a stone unto it, and you shall cast it into the midst of the Euphrates. Jeremiah 51:64, and you shall say, thus, so shall Babylon sink, and it shall not rise again from the evil that Iy ELU HYMN Iy will bring upon the weary, and they shall be destroyed, thus says Iy ELU HYMN Iy, to them and to all that are afar, because these are the words of the sovereign of all the heavens and the earth to Jeremiah. Revelations 14:8, and there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, and that great city which is the head, the city of Jerusalem, which nowadays is called Jerusalem. And even Rome with the Vatican city is fallen, because of the device of the Medes, and because of her covetousness, because she has made all nations of the world to drink of the wine of her abominations and her fornication. Therefore the wrath of ELU HYMN Iy shall be poured out on her mightily. Revelations 18:2, and the messenger cried out and was saying, Babylon the great is fallen, that great city which was strong and mighty is fallen, and it has become a desolation, and even the habitation of Gog Godriel, whom is called Satan and the devil, with the holes of every foul spirit, and even the cages of every unclean spirit, they have been destroyed, and they all have become desolate, and even the very habitation of every house of Baal or Bel, with every house of every foul spirit, and with the cages of every unclean spirit, with every hateful bird, has been destroyed, and they have become a desolation. Friends, the prophecy of the coming destruction of all the lands of Babylon by the Medes, and the judgment of the Almighty upon all the cities and nations that are covetous and living in abundance and excess, and of all those that are living in exceedingly wickedness and is devoted to materialism and sensual pleasure, their end is certainly going to come. Because the Almighty has foretold their destruction. Friends, while it is still time, would you now return to ELU HYMN Iy before it's too late? And would you now pray this simple prayer? Asking ELU HYMN Iy to save you and your loved ones. O Sovereign One, whom is in heaven, whom is called Iy, and ELU HYMN Iy, and the Almighty Iy, would you please save me? I now believe in your sacred holy name. Please have mercy on me and my loved ones, Abba. Iy. Thank you, ELU HYMN Iy. Amen. To be continued. The end. Please follow the link below for my message, Bel or Baal, the god of this world and Babylon.